There's a moment that comes for many of us when everything slows down, not in a peaceful way, but in a strange, almost haunting way. You look around and feel this heaviness in your chest, this nagging sense that something's not right, even if things on the surface look fine. You've done the work, you've read the books, you've tried to heal yourself, so why does it still feel like you're not enough? If you've ever asked yourself, what's wrong with me? Or why am I still struggling even though I'm trying so hard? I want you to take a deep breath and hear me when I say this. You are not broken. You are becoming. And while becoming may sound poetic, in real life, it often feels like falling apart. Feeling broken is more common than most people admit, but we rarely talk about it honestly. We're told to stay strong, stay focused, stay productive, so we hide the cracks, we numb them, we smile over them. But that quiet ache, that fog that hangs in your mind, the one that whispers, you're behind, or you should be better by now, that's not a flaw, that's not a failure. That's the beginning of transformation. See, growth isn't linear. It doesn't move in straight, predictable lines. Sometimes, growth requires collapse. It requires you to unravel everything you thought was true about who you are, what you value, what you're here to do. And in that unraveling, there's grief. Grief for the person who used to be. Grief for the dreams you outgrew. Grief for the versions of you that had to die so a deeper truth could rise. That grief can feel like brokenness, but it's not. It's birth. Birth often looks like chaos before it looks like clarity. Let's talk about the space between your old life and your new one. That uncomfortable middle ground, that's the real spiritual path. Not the highlight reels or the perfectly curated rituals. It's that empty, strange, quiet space where you're no longer who you were, but not yet who you're becoming. This is the cocoon phase, the in-between. It's sacred, but it's hard. There's a metaphor I love. The caterpillar in the cocoon doesn't just grow wings. It dissolves into a cellular soup. It literally loses form. And from that soup, its new self is created. You might be in that soup right now. That shapeless, scary space where nothing feels solid. You don't know what to hold on to. And that makes you question your worth, your direction, your sanity. But please hear this. There is wisdom in the unknown. There is growth in the stillness. There is power in the parts of you that are softening and stretching. You're not falling behind, you're falling inward. You're learning to sit with yourself without trying to fix every uncomfortable feeling. That's not weakness, that's self-trust. There's a growing pressure in our world to be healed, to vibrate higher, to manifest perfectly. And while these ideas come from good intentions, they can quietly turn into shame. Shame for still struggling. Shame for having anxiety. Shame for not being as aligned as you think you should be. But healing isn't a checklist. It's not a straight path. and it's not always beautiful. Sometimes healing looks like resting more than you're comfortable with. Sometimes it's crying in the car with no explanation. Sometimes it's distancing yourself from people who don't get you anymore, even if you still love them. It's hard, but that hardness doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're real. The most profound growth is quiet. It happens in your choices. It happens when you start listening to the voice you used to ignore. The one that whispers things like, slow down, be kind to yourself. You don't need to prove anything. So what would it look like to stop trying to fix yourself and instead learn to hold yourself? What if instead of asking, what's wrong with me, you asked, what's trying to emerge through me right now? What needs my love, not my judgment? What is being reshaped in the quiet when no one's watching? That shift changes everything, because you begin to see your struggle not as failure, but as a sacred invitation. An invitation to return, to realign, to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. You are not a project, you are a process, a living, breathing, ever-unfolding soul. And even when it feels messy or uncertain, you're becoming something real, something whole, something true. So take a deep breath with me now and allow yourself, just for a moment, to stop trying to get anywhere. You're already in the middle of your transformation. You're already on the path. You don't need to be fixed. You just need space. Space to soften, to grieve, to stretch, to rest. You are not broken, you are becoming. And becoming is a sacred thing. Thank you for walking this path with me. If this message brought you comfort or helped you see yourself a little more clearly, you are always welcome here. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. You are becoming something beautiful.